What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. This is Akim and Electa, and if you are new on this channel, you're welcome. Welcome to the family, and yeah.
And make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe, and you join in all the fun videos.
Today we're gonna be discussing about Brideprice, and it's gonna be really about Lobola because, as you all know,
I'm not the only country that does it. You know, don't try and throw us under the bus. There's so many other countries that do bride price. It's called Lobola or bride price or dowry or Roora. It depends where you are, because I know a few African countries do it, but we're just back with a discussion video, so it should be interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to ask, like, you guys, you do have a bride price paying, not in your tribe, but in the Igbo tribe, they actually do it. They do some kind of transaction.
In my tribe as well, it is paid.
But it's not called bride price, is it?
It is bride price. It is paid. But what is paid might not be like, you might pay it and the family might return it on that day. Like, we're not selling our daughter, we just want you to bring something to just kind of appreciate the family. Some family might say, take back the money or give it to your wife, let her use it to start some business, and you lot can be able to help each other when you are running your family and things like that. And some family might decide to keep it. At the same time, they're still going to tell you, we are not selling our daughter to you, but we are giving her as a gift to you. We are giving her so that she can bear children for you, so that she can be a lovely wife to you. It's not like we are selling our daughter. She's not a piece of meat or something that we're selling. So in my culture, I'm Yoruba. For some of you that don't know, I'm Yoruba. I'm from Nigeria, and yeah, in my culture, Yoruba people still take bride price. Don't get it twisted. It's not only Igbo that.
Yeah, but you guys act so like, oh, you know, like you don't know it. If one person starts telling you about bride price, like you marry maybe it's not only Zimbabwe. You might marry a Congolese person, or I heard Ugandan people also do it, and they start mentioning it. You start saying like, what's that? So you know what it is. Yoruba people, don't pretend.
Exactly. Yeah, I think everybody, because in Yoruba it is called Owori. And if you are marrying a girl, especially on some family do some kind of traditional marriage before the white wedding, depends on the couples. But on the traditional marriage, on the day, maybe you are doing it in a hall, whatsoever place you are doing it, the family will ask you, what have you brought to in place of to take our daughter and things like that. So all sort of money, it's not only money, to be honest. Some food, yam, palm oil, all sort of things. Men, like the family of the man will go to the family of the woman with all this kind of good stuff, food, sugar, yam, salt, all sort of things like that. And in my you also come with all the denomination of the currency that we spend in Nigeria, from the lowest denomination to the highest denomination, like, and sort of things like that. But some family will accept it, some family will say, take back the money or give this money back to your wife, then she can use it to start a business. If it's something that is, even if it is a peanut, they will just say use it to start a business, and you lot can go in peace and enjoy yourself. So today we're going to be discussing about Lobola. Lobola is what is the name given to a bride price in Zimbabwe or southern part of Africa. So before now, I didn't know anything about Lobola. Before I go with Electa, I've never heard about the word Lobola. But when me and Electa started seeing each other, Then when we were about to take it serious, she started telling me, "Oh, there's something. If you wanna take this, are you sure you are ready? You're gonna pay." I was like, I'm gonna pay." She started telling me about what Lobola means and things like that. How it's gonna be done on the what is it called, the traditional wedding. The traditional wedding day and stuff like that. It's gonna be done. Then I was like, are they selling you to me? Like, because I feel like this is like a typical example of Yibo culture in my country, because in Yibo culture you go with money, you go with all sort of things. But
first of all, let me ask you a question. Do you agree with it? Yes or no? What is your stance on Brideprice and Lobola and paying and all that? No, just give your honest answer. You don't need to.
To be honest, I've done it. I've paid for it, and I feel like it's a good thing. I feel like it's a way of appreciating the family of the lady that you are married to, so that they can feel proud that their daughter is not cheap, or maybe you are just taking away their daughter from them just like that, without having to respect them or to appreciate their effort. There's no amount of money that you're going to pay.
Yeah, and parents know that anyway. No matter where you're from, where you're from, even if you're from Zimbabwe, South Africa, parents know that there's no amount of money that is enough for their child.
Exactly.
It's just it's like a culture thing, really and truly, and I feel like a lot of people, in Zimbabwe, I'm going to speak for in Zimbabwe and Southern Africa, I feel like a lot of people do get it wrong, but I feel like with things like Lobola and stuff, it depends how how connected you are to your culture. I think that plays a big part in it as well. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger and stuff, and I didn't really understand things, and I wasn't as, I've always had that Zimbabwean culture in me, but as you grow older, you just learn more stuff and things start making sense. I used to be like, oh, I'm not doing that, I'm not paying, my husband's not doing it, and as I got older and when I met Akeem, I actually wanted to do it. And I think part of it was, one, obviously honouring culture and stuff like that, and making my parents proud, and two, I just wanted to just kind of like I said, just honouring my culture. I'm Zimbabwean, this is what we do, you know what I mean? Fair enough, there's countries that don't do it, like European people, some European people don't do it, Caribbean people don't do it, as of what I know of. If I'm wrong, then correct me. That's fine, that's them, but we as a culture, as a people, as Zimbabwean people, we do it. So why sometimes I feel like younger people, sometimes we're too quick to like dash our culture in the bin. We want to adopt this European culture too much. If we just dash our culture in the bin, we won't have anything to pass on to our kids or anything. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I just feel like these are one of the things that makes us
where you're
African,
from, African.
Because it's not every time we like do the English culture. If you're marrying if you're marrying let's say an English person now, you don't have to pay no. You just go, both of you agree, oh Jack, what do you think, 15th of December dating is okay? Then Joanne, I think 15th of December.
More time, certain people, like European people, they don't even make it a big deal. You don't even have to even ask your parents. You can just go off and get married and then tell your parents later that, we're married now.
Exactly. Like, as long as you can provide witness, it can be like, oh, what is it called?
But in my culture, I can, no one's gonna beat me or anything, but for me to just go off with Akeem and just get married, it's a bit strange. And then I come back to my family and say, oh yeah, this is my husband. It's kind of like disrespectful. My mom and dad would have been like, okay, but who is this guy? We didn't get to know him, we didn't see him, you've just gone off. And as a parent myself, if Jada did the same thing, I would actually be a bit hurt. Like, fair enough, she can do whatever she wants if she's older, but
I don't think anyone will marry without
there's some people that
consulting their parents.
No, there's some people.
English people.
No, there's some
if you
people.
have a good relationship with your parents, if you have a good relationship with your parents, if there is no beef or anything, I don't think anyone will.
No, but some people just don't want other people's input. They're just like, this
not
is
like
me.
Telling
this
somebody
is
from your family, at least your mom, your dad.
No, but some people just don't want people's input. You know what I mean? Like, surprise, we're married, kind of thing.
I was saying to honor the girl's family, to appreciate them, to honor the culture, to make your wife feel proud.
And even in the Zimbabwean
because
culture,
they feel like Yoruba people, we take our culture seriously.
That's silly.
As long as you just honor us, we are just too simple. We take it seriously, but some Yoruba will say, take back the money, we are okay.
I think with Yoruba people, they do take their culture seriously, they're proud of it, but I feel like, even when I compare you to like Igbo people or Zimbabwean people, for example, I feel like you guys, like you said, you are more laid back, like, whereas Zimbabwean people, most of them that I know, obviously come in here, some people, and some families are different, but majority, they're quite, this is the culture and this is what we're doing, kind of thing, you know what I mean? I think Igbo people are the same.
Yeah. So you wanted to ask me before I get married.
Yeah, you could have had a view like, oh no, I'm not doing it, kind of thing, do you know what I mean? But now you've done it and you kind of understand a bit more the concept. And
yeah, to be honest, before, when I was a bit younger, I always think, and I always ask myself, why is it that we paying or we have to do all this good stuff to marry somebody? Like, it's not like we marrying each other. She's marrying me, I'm marrying her. So why is it that the men will have to do so much to win the family of the girl's heart or something like that? What are they bringing back in return? One, I'm taking your daughter away from you, so the cost of feeding her, the cost of every other things that whenever she's in your house is now shift to me.
But that's how you're viewing it, because at the end of the day,
at the time, I always feel like I'm marrying her to take care of her. So why do I have to pay and do all sorts of things like that? They should be paying me because I'm taking a custody
but that's
of
how you're seeing it, because once she's your wife now, cooking, cleaning, children come into it now. Who's the one that looks after the children majority of the time? Who's the one that cooks, especially in African households, majority of the time? Who does the cleaning majority of the time? Who makes the house into a home? So it's a give and take, really and truly. That's what you're paying for, really and truly.
Nobody is willing to win the girl's family heart or something, or impress them. Then the girl can stay in their house forever then.
But there will always be somebody, though. That's the thing. There will always be somebody who understands. He says this is the culture. And I always feel like sometimes what puts like younger women off, which I want to say that was never my thing anyway, because I generally feel, I don't know if you agree with me, I generally feel like if a man really likes you and he really loves you and he's not on any jokes or anything, I believe that he will do it regardless. Because I know people that are my age, friends that have been married to Nigerians, Ghanaians, so many, even white guys that have paid Lobola, because the guy likes the girl genuinely. And any guy that's got hiccups too much, and alright, I'm not saying you can't, if you're from a different culture, you can have like a bit of like, oh, why would you, but in the end, I always know guys to pay it. Any guy that say, oh, I'm not paying it, I don't care, I'm not.
I want to ask, is it that in this country that we monetize?
Yeah, in terms of Zimbabwean culture, and Southern culture, like you said, I generally don't think it's about selling your child. A lot of people think like that. It's really not, because I feel like it's just a culture thing, and it's honoring the parents. Like Hakeem said, it's more like honoring the parents, or, you know, the bride is like a gift in any culture. Even, you know, that's why they say the bride.
The Bible said it.
Even in this culture, okay, in white people culture, they don't pay. They don't pay.
How did Bible say it?
A man that finds a wife finds a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically what I'm trying to say is that even in European culture, they might not pay bride price, but when you're getting married, isn't the whole marriage about the bride, really and truly? Because it's like it's their day, really and truly. So that's kind of how you should see it. And I would say that there's only, even in Zimbabwean culture, there's only, if we're back in Zim now, especially back in the day that my mum and them got married, there's only a small amount of money that's given. Everything else is, the majority of the thing is cattle and like goats and stuff. And you know, you have to pay like certain clothing to the dad, and but really don't pay it. It's when you come here, everything's monetized into money, because you can't buy cows and goats in England. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. So you kind of calculate how much the cows will be. 5 cows, it depends. Maybe your dad said I want 6 cows. You know what I mean? And then you calculate that might come up to like £600. Cows are expensive, and back in the day in Africa, your cattle is what determines your wealth.
Exactly. So I feel like it's just very similar to Yibo culture, to be honest, because in Yibo culture as well, if they will ask you bring how many numbers of cows.
You also have to buy like mom's clothes and stuff like that. You don't actually have to pay it in money. Usually you would actually go out and buy it. But here obviously things are modernized. You're not going to shop and start saying, and then grocery. Some people, if they don't want to buy the grocery, they pay the money. But that grocery, I heard, is an important part. You should really like buy the groceries, really, you know. So like I was saying, everything's monetized, and it just depends on the family, you know.
I bought grocery even after paying all that money, then I was
so did
we need to go and do groceries as well. I was like, okay, why can't we just pay? No. And our own sister also married to a Nigerian, so our sister husband was telling me, no, this one we actually need to go to the shop to.
It's just to get. It's part of the culture. Akim could have just whipped out £100, £50, said grocery money, but no, the son-in-law actually has to physically buy it, you know, and bring it. It's part of the culture. So like I said, I feel like it's how connected you are to your culture. Obviously, if you're not very connected to your culture and you don't care to know your culture, or maybe by some circumstances you can't know your culture that well, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm not on it, I don't want to do it and stuff like that. But personally, we did it and I did it. I think it's a good thing. We didn't die. It wasn't any money that I could say that changed our life for the rest of our life, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And if it depends on the guy as well. If the guy is like of a different financial level, obviously the money raises because he can afford it. If the guy is not very, maybe he's a student or he's not got much, you bring what you can manage. Even if you bring £100, the family will make, most times they make negotiations with you, and they'll be like, fine, you still get married. It's just that process of sitting down with the groom's family and the bride's family and the husband. Doing that process is what constitutes the marriage, because in Zimbabwean culture, more time, we don't have like all that whole traditional in the hall and all this kind of party thing, and our traditional marriage is that. So really and truly, if you don't do that, you're not married in Zimbabwean culture.
You went to the hall.
Yeah, you're not. It's void in Zimbabwean culture. You're actually not married, you know.
So, well, it is what it is. Different culture with ways of paying their bride price.
And I know the Zimbabwean culture and the South African culture are like famous for doing the bride price and that, but like you said, Igbo people do it. I know that Congolese people also have their own version of people sitting down and giving things. Ugandan culture, I believe, do it, and certain countries in Asia, like Asians, they also do their own, and even certain where the bride's family actually pay the groom. So like we were saying, it's
I wish I'm from India, you know.
So it's like, and they give
so that I can be married.
That the money that they give in the Asian community is not a joke, because they give gold, real gold, and all this kind of stuff. So it just depends on the culture and where you're from, really, and how you're viewing it. I think if you view it as a negative thing, then it's going to be negative. And even the cultures that so-called pay a lot of money, if you look deep into the culture and speak to elders or whatever, it's more than just paying of money. It's the whole culture. It's the whole like This deeper rooted,
to know the family.
Yeah, it's much deeper than that. My culture, I'm very proud of being Zimbabwean. I love it. I love being Zimbabwean, and I want to know more about my culture. Do you understand? And I feel like it also helped that I have elder siblings that also kind of grew up a bit in Zimbabwe, so they're more aware. And I have an older sister that had done this before me, so she kind of set the pace and explained to me that no, it's not like this, it's like this, like that. And then I started seeing it more like, oh, okay, you know what I mean, they're fine, they didn't die, her husband didn't die, he didn't complain about it, he just did it. Obviously he made the 1-2 joke, like, oh, all this money, why am I, you know, you make jokes, or when she's doing something he'll be like, but I paid this much and you're not doing this. It's jokes, you know what I mean? But in the end, because he loved my sister, he did it. And then in turn, they also did their Nigerian gele, whatever, because it's just like most people nowadays, if you're marrying other cultures, whether you're Ghanaian, maybe you do the kente thing for your husband. Same like me and Akeem, we also did the traditional thing. So it was just a merge of both cultures, and I think that's very lovely. It shouldn't just be one culture or adopting another culture and completely forgetting about your own culture. It's just what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, so it is what it is. Tell us what you think about paying bride price. Do you think the family of the lady are doing too much to ask for too many things and things like that? What if the guy can't afford it? Are they gonna
if the guy can't if the guy can't afford it genuinely, because there's can't afford it and then there's can afford it but don't want to do it. Do you know what I mean? There's two different things here. If the
what if the guy can't afford it? And
listen, at the end of the day, if the guy can't afford it, he's not going to be forced anyway, you know what I mean? The girl doesn't want to, if the girl doesn't want to do, if the girl doesn't want to do it as well, then that's all well and good. That's fair enough. If the girl doesn't want to do it and the guy doesn't want to do it, that's all well and good. And if your parents also, they don't mind, they don't care, then that's fine. I'm more talking about a different situation, you know.
Yeah. So that's our thoughts about this. If you like this video, give it a thumb up.
Yeah.
And leave your comments.
Tell us what you think about Brideprice, and like I said, tell us what you did and tell us if it's wrong, if it's right. Just have a conversation down below in the comments, and yeah, we'll see you in our next video, guys.
And would you pay bride price?
Yeah, would you let your mum pay bride price? So yeah, we'll see you in our next video.
Bye.